When we say trading psychology, what is it really all about? Now, hold on. Before you go like, yeah, we get it. Hold on. It will surprise you to the level of how many retail traders do not understand what this means. You see, a lot of people sometimes go like, my psychology is bad, my trading psychology is bad. I don't know why my psychology is bad. And I get what they are trying to say, but it doesn't make sense. And if you give me at least 5 minutes in this lesson, I promise you, you will never see trading psychology the same way again. You may see me very passionate in this lesson because I really want you to get this information very well. Because I wrote down 3 things I want to solve for anyone listening to this lesson. Number 1 is that I want to solve ignorance problem about the way you see the topic. Number 2 is to show you why it matters. And number 3 is to teach you how to study it. What do I mean by to teach you how to study it? You see, if you pick up the word logic, it simply means the study of. That's it. So if you pick up the word sexology, the study of human sexuality. Pharmacology, the study of medicine and its reaction in the human body. So if you pick up the word psychology, it is a study of something. What? The human mind and their behavior. And what is trading? Simple. Trading is you and I participating in the financial market, all right? Executing trades with a purpose of being profitable, all right? Making decisions over and over again. So if you pick up trading and you pick up psychology, then it means it is a study of that individual executing trades in the financial market, their mindset, and then their behavior is what you are studying. So you cannot study something that you don't have information of. Then this is a big problem. The reason why I have a lot of data to study the human mind and their behavior as a trader is because I have counseled a lot of retail traders. I've met a lot of retail traders, and me, myself personally, I have a lot of data about me. So a lot of retail traders that says, I don't even understand why I'm emotional. You don't have a data about you in the first place. You have no journal. You don't write down any emotions about yourself. You don't study the patterns and so on and so forth. So how can you even understand your mindset and your behavior? But we will come back to that next. How you can study your mindset and your behavior. Things you need to study to give you that information. We'll come back to that. But I want to first of all solve the ignorance of what trading psychology actually really means. It's not that complicated. You need to understand that psychology simply means the study of the human mind and their behavior. So if you are trading to it, you are basically simply saying that I'm studying the trader's mind and his behavior. That is it. So you cannot say my psychology is bad. However, you could say that I don't think my mindset is where I want it to be yet, and my behavior is having some traits of some negativities. So I want to transform. Because words are powerful. I don't want you to say things like, I have a bad mindset or I have a bad behavior. Don't say that, okay? You are not where you want to be yet, and you could get there. It starts with transformation. So I wanted us to establish the point of you not saying again that my psychology is bad, because psychology is simply the study of. So now that you've gotten this foundational knowledge, the next thing that you need to understand is why does it matter? You see, trading psychology, the study of your mind and your behavior, it matters in this industry because that is the only way you can survive long enough without breaking down. You see, trading psychology is not what necessarily helps you to make money. It's what helps you to survive. What actually helps you to make money is just a mathematical logic, all right? Risk to reward ratio. That's it. It's numbers game. But when it comes to you surviving, to live, to trade another day, it is the way you behave, it's the way you make decisions, it's the way you survive mentally, your emotional intelligence, and so on and so forth. So that is why it matters. So if you are here and you are listening to me, and you want to be able to survive in this industry without breaking down, you need to understand your mindset, and you need to be able to understand your behaviors. You need to see the patterns of what is self-sabotaging you. Very important. So without this knowledge about yourself, eventually you will break down. Eventually, you will think trading is not even for you. Now that we have been able to set the foundational knowledge for what trading psychology really is, now you understand it's not that complicated. So when you come to the TP Masterclass and I'm talking about all these topics, you will now start to understand that, oh, so all Cliff is trying to do is to bring awareness into my mind to know what to study. Good job. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is how then do you study your mind and your behavior? What are some of the topics? Or what are some of the areas? Just like how if you want to become a good analyst, there are things you need to study. If you want to learn any strategy, there are foundational topics you need to have in mind. From time frames to pure price action to understanding market shifts. You need to understand all of that. Same thing when it comes to understanding your mind and behavior. There are topics, okay? And I listed some few of them. 6 most important ones at least you need to start with. The number 1 is what I call emotional awareness. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, emotions play a big active role in trading. So if you go to one of the master classes that I did, I spoke about emotional intelligence part 1 and part 2. And in there, I said things like there are basic emotions and there are complex emotions. The basic emotions are perfectly normal. It is the way you feel anytime something happens to you, right? But the complex one is what you don't want. Because yes, it's normal for you to be happy, it's normal for you to be angry, if something is irritating you, it's perfectly normal. Because as a human being, the goal of emotional intelligence is not to suppress your emotions, it's to understand how to keep them in order and control it. What you don't want in your trading is the complex ones. What does complex emotions even mean? It simply means that two or more basic emotions coming together to create a complex emotion that can self-sabotage you. Simple as ABCD. So you need to become emotionally aware. Why? Because that is the meaning of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is you becoming aware of your emotion as well as others, and the ability for you to be able to control it and keep it in order. So the topic of emotional awareness, or otherwise emotional intelligence, is the first thing I will tell you to study so that you can be able to understand emotions and how it affects decision making. The second topic will be self-sabotage and belief systems. You see, you can never grow past your mindset. And so you need to understand during that topic phase is where you're going to be studying your root cause of problems, the things you heard growing up, okay? Your financial thermostat. You are wondering, what do you believe about money? Do you even believe in yourself in the first place? Because if you don't believe in yourself, even if the strategy is working, you are going to self-sabotage yourself. So after you've been able to understand emotional awareness in topic number 1, topic number 2 is self-sabotage and belief system. What do you believe? The Bible says something very important. He says, these signs shall follow those who believe. So every single time I look at you, if I want to see the things you believe, I can see it by the things that is following you. So you can tell me, Cliff, I believe I'm going to be a millionaire. It's not true. If it was so, it will actually follow you. It's a law. And you've heard me saying this over and over again. With laws and principles, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. If you don't believe there is a law of gravity, if you jump from a 50-story building, you will go down. It's a law. It's a principle. It doesn't care about your sentiment. Same thing with belief systems. Whatever you believe is what you have. Then after you are done with topic number 2, which is self-sabotage and belief systems, you now come to what we call discipline and routine. Listen, being disciplined and having a routine that you can follow is a skill set, it's an understanding, it's a conviction. So a lot of people sometimes say, Cliff, I don't know why I'm not disciplined. It's not your fault. You don't even understand what discipline actually really means. You don't even understand how to build a routine. A lot of people don't even understand that building a routine is a routine on its own. That means you need to follow a certain routine for the routine you are trying to build to even come into place in the first place. So you don't know how to be consistent? No problem. You have to learn how to become it. That is a third topic you need to study. How the human mind struggles to be disciplined and why the human mind struggles to follow a routine. Because listen, your brain loves creating structures to create a habit. It loves to create habit. Why? Because the more habits the brain creates, less energy it uses. And so every single thing you do repeatedly, eventually your brain will create a structure around it, turn it into a habit. So it takes a little bit while to create a simple habit. But you need to understand why it is difficult for the human brain to break any habit if it's formed. When you understand all these things, you now understand how then to break old habits and then to build new one up. Now, the fourth topic that you will need to learn is what we call the subconscious reprogramming. You see, because of what we call neuroplasticity, your brain has the potential to be able to change certain pathways. So this stage of this topic is where you are now going to be learning about how the subconscious mind of a human being works. You're going to be learning about the conscious mind. You're going to be learning about the subconscious mind. You will get to know, oh, okay, so everything that I am right now, it is based on the things that I've been wired to believe. So during this stage, you're going to be learning to understand how you can rewire your mind as a trader. So now we have a video on the YouTube channel that says rewire your trading mind. You know, we're gonna bring it up on the screen right now so that you guys can see it. So you can go and check this video out, and also it will help you to understand how your brain works and why you need to even rewire it if you want to get a certain kind of transformation. And this is what happens to a civilian before they become a soldier. You may have heard me saying this before, that if you give guns, ammunitions, and all these things to a civilian, it doesn't make the civilian a soldier. That civilian needs to go through a transformation that they will reprogram his mind to become a soldier. Now, the same person Years later, it's now called a soldier, no more a civilian. What changed? The mind. So after topic number 4, the next thing you need to understand or to learn is what I call cognitive biases. I love this topic so much because this topic will let you understand why a holy grail strategy does not exist in this industry. Because as a human being, even if there is a perfect strategy, because it's in the hands of you, it ends being 100% winning ratio, because your brain has systematic errors because of the way you think and your thinking pattern, and you will definitely make a mistake. That is why you can buy a brand new car and there is nothing wrong with the car, and you can still get an accident with that car, not because the car was bad, but because an error happened in decision-making patterns. So during this part is where you're going to understand why you keep on removing your stop losses. And even though you told yourself that, I'm okay losing, this is where you're going to understand why you keep on holding on to losing trades for too long, even though you told yourself, hey, you know what, I'm going to follow my trading plan. So it is your cognitive biases, the systematic errors that leads to wrong decision-making and judgment. That understanding part of your brain is what will help you to understand, oh, okay, so this is why I keep on doing this. And we have, again, another video on the masterclass that talks about cognitive biases also as well, part 1 as well. You can check it out and you can learn a lot. So there is more that you can be learning in cognitive biases that will reveal more to you of who you are as an individual. And the last bonus topic I would give is resilience and recovery. This is the part where I would tell you to try to understand the meaning of adjustment and adaptability as a skill, and how the brain adapts and how it adjusts. Because a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand that in this life and the trading space, conditions always change. The you that you are right now, that is a student, it's not the same you that will trade the same way when you get married. And that is not going to be the same you when you give birth. It's not going to be the same you when you are trying to change your lifestyle. So you are going to keep on changing. As you are changing, you need to learn how to adapt and adjust. And you need to understand why your brain even needs to do that. If your brain doesn't know how to do that, you will always get stuck and you can never be able to look beyond your current state that you are in. So these are the 6 topics in the beginning. If you as a trader want to be able to understand your mindset and your behavior and to study psychology as a topic or a subject for your trading career, these are the 6 topics. So I normally don't say this, but I just realized we are almost at 10K. Whoop, whoop. So anyways, listen, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to this channel so that we can get it 10K. And then from 10K, we can target another milestone. The more people that we reach, the more people that will get transformed, and that is where the motivation is coming from. So thank you so much for your support, guys. Already, this is amazing. I wasn't expecting any of the support coming from you guys at all. TP family, I love you guys so much. Did I do it well? This is how you make love, no? This is how you make love? No? Okay, so how do I do it then? This way? All right, guys, I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.